Hi and welcome back to the channel. Just thought I'd have a quick chat about the time trials, this week's ones in particular. As always, the vehicle time trial is pretty easy. I normally use the Hakucho drag bike for, I would say, 95% of the trials, but this one is just a massive blast up the coast road, and so I went for the Italia RSX because it has a higher top speed. Not a huge amount to say. The car can be a little bouncy, so need to take care on those sections. Otherwise, it's fine. Wanted really to talk more about racing or driving on the PC. If you're not using a plug-in controller, then inevitably you have the keyboard, WASD keys, and there's one issue with these keys, which is that the power is fully on or fully off, and the lock, steering lock, is fully on or fully off. That's what I was saying about watching out for bumps. It's quite easily deflected, a car like this. Yeah, so moving on, you're trying to drive a car that should have analog controls by tapping away on digital keys. It's pretty difficult. I mean, it's something I've got used to. I don't have a controller anyway. And I can drive and race to a reasonable degree of accuracy. It really is nothing special. We're going to speed up this bit. It really is just blasting up the coast road at whatever the top speed of the Italia is. I think it's 135 miles an hour or so. This time trial isn't even a hard one. I mean, there's plenty of room at the end, and if you look, I was able to just slow down a little bit once I left the highway and not get deflected by the bumps. You don't want to be thrown into the sea after 4 minutes of time trial. And pretty easy. Normally $100,000 this week, $200,000 because it's on double money, so well worth doing. 15 seconds spare, in fact. Now we come to the RC Bandito time trial. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know why I do this. Every week I do this unless it's a construction site where I just can't cope with all those ramps. The Bandito on a keyboard, it just is not funny. It's hard even to keep it in a straight line. You end up with little left, right wiggles as you bash A and D repeatedly just trying to get the thing in a straight line. It's very easy to spin it. It's horrible when it gets light in the air. And that's the fail of the first time trial. But I keep going, and that's the fail of the second one. And it just goes on and on and on like this. I say I must be insane to do these time trials on the RC Bandito. So my advice with time trials, if you're running on a keyboard, is don't do the Bandito one. Just forget it. Just do something else. I mean, in 3 or 4 minutes you could do a payphone hit, then you could do a headhunter, and you'd have 100 grand, more than 100 grand, and you'd have had some fun doing it instead of this absolute awfulness that is the RC Bandito time trial on a keyboard. Well, after 21, yes, 21 goes, I finally got this one, and in fact by 2.5 seconds. But honestly, this is just ridiculous. I've made this video mainly as a reminder to myself not to do any more Bandito time trials. I'll just stick to the normal time trials. This isn't a series or a real serious guide, as you probably imagine. It's just a bit of a one-off, but I hope you enjoyed anyway, and thanks for watching.